here. It is exciting to be here. I'm always like, I feel like I have to like introduce myself to everybody one-on-one, so I'm gonna do that. How you doing?
Nice to see you. I'm Darlene.
Darlene. Debbie, nice to meet you.
Allison.
How you doing, Allison? Good to see you.
Bernadette.
How you doing, Bernadette?
Tom.
Good to see you. Tom?
Yes.
Good to see you. Hi.
Hi, Scott.
How you doing, Scott?
Aiden O'Connor, nice to meet you.
Hey,
I feel like we know each other somewhere.
Hey, man. Good to see you.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Brian Gallagher, nice to meet you.
Debbie.
Debbie, nice to see you. Pat as well. All right, you guys together? Is it just,
No.
You're together.
Brad.
Brad.
Meet you.
Good to see you.
All right, Jackie.
Oh, yes. Hi. Nice to meet you, Adeline. How you doing? What's your name?
Jesse.
Jesse. Good to meet you. Hi.
Can you tell me your name?
All right, Teddy. Well, listen, I want to, first of all, just thank all of you guys for coming out. Yesterday, we opened up our shared office with Aiden in Catskill, which is exciting. You know, we're really doing the work. And I think what's exciting is seeing folks like yourselves coming out and deciding that now's the time to really get involved and get engaged. Maybe some of you have been doing this for a very long time, and for others it might be a new experience. But what I'm experiencing, no matter where I go across this district, is an energy and enthusiasm to get involved and to really do the work of being an engaged citizen. And we know now, we know how important it is now. I think it's pretty clear. You know, I think our children, grandchildren, their future is essentially on the line right now. And we are well beyond normal. We are well beyond what's acceptable, what we can tolerate. We can't. We just simply can't. And what makes it all the more unfortunate is that we do have a congressman who seems very complicit in all of this. We literally don't have somebody who truly represents how we feel right now, who truly cares about what's happening, not just in the country, but what's happening to folks here at home. And the fact that we have an opportunity, real one, not to just change the dynamics around the country, but literally to have the opportunity to change the dynamics right here at home, to literally have a clear shift in how we talk about the issues, what we focus on, whether it's healthcare and expanding it, whether it's investing in renewable energy, whether it's focusing on our education again, whether it's figuring out how to talk about immigration with a humane and compassionate mentality. All these things can take a dramatic shift by just showing up, doing the work, and voting on November 6th. We have that opportunity right now to literally replace somebody who believes in trickle-down economics, right? Who believes that if you just cut enough taxes for a wealthy few, it'll make its way down to everyone else. He believes that wholeheartedly, and he'll stand here in front of you and tell you that. I don't. I don't believe that. I believe you invest in infrastructure, in broadband, in cell service, in community, in our libraries, in our computer centers, and if we don't have them, build them, and get folks working again, and give breaks to the folks who need the breaks, that allow them to put more money in their pocket and provide for their children, and then watch that grow up and bubble up, as opposed to hoping that it comes down. Two very different worldviews, right? Two clear points of view. And we can respectfully disagree on those, and I do. And I think we have the opportunity to really push forward now an agenda that's about the future. I talk about this a lot, right? We had 3 debates where nothing was asked about education and nothing was asked about our environment. Nothing. 2 forward-looking, future-oriented ideas and issues that we're not talking about. And our congressman is not focusing on either. He's of the past. His mindset is about protecting the status quo, to do whatever is necessary to keep things as they are. rather than forging ahead and figuring out how to solve complicated problems to make sure that we have a future for our kids and our grandkids. Because I know how important it is to have that kind of future. Growing up not too far from here in Schenectady, working class roots, parents working and having jobs that they can rely on and plan for my future or my brother's future. We lived that story of upward mobility where our parents could look out into the future and see a better day for us. And for too many folks right now, that's not happening. Not happening. And we can change that. We really can change that by doing exactly what you're doing today. This is the work. We're on the front lines right now in a moment in our history that we will never forget. Not because of where we are right now, but because of what we're going to do in response to it. That's what we're not going to forget, because we're going to break new ground. We're going to forge ahead. And I am beyond honored and humbled to find myself in this position, to be able to be a voice and hopefully your representative as we move forward, to be in this fight with you and to work with you day in and day out. So I'm just going to say in closing, thank you. Thank you for this commitment. Thank you for the work. Thank you for believing in your own power, believing in our power collectively, and understanding that this is a moment that we cannot shrink in front of. This is the moment where we must stand up and really engage. And I want to shout out Aiden for the work he's doing as well. He's a part. This movement is from the ground up on every capacity, and we're seeing it. And he's been out there. We saw what he did and how close he came, but for a few votes, in a very competitive area where a lot of folks wouldn't saw that coming. So we know he's been building that momentum too. And it's going to take collectively all of us in our own paths, in our own lanes, just working our butts off every single day, every day, until we look up and find the new day in front of us. So thank you. Thank you for your time. For your energy. It really means a lot. Let's go do some canvassing. Let's go get some people fired up about what's to come these next couple of months. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm ready to go. Hey, how you doing? So I don't know. I don't
People are here to canvas. That's one of the fun parts. You just said really important part, and that's how we're going to win. Is by using and every single vote.
No, but if it 02
All right.
2580.
I'm gonna head out. Nice meeting you.
I know. So yeah, nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Whereabouts are you?
I'm from Albany, New York.
Oh, very good. Are you with any campaign in particular?
No, I worked for Zephyr.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Now you currently do, or
Yeah.
in the car itself?
No. What's the number?
You want me to
2016.
2588.
022588.
Feel free to call me. So during the congressional run,
Yep.
oh my goodness, yes. Definitely was at my house one morning at the parade, and we were having like scones and tea before the parade kicked off, and she goes, Aiden, this is like the most red district. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, this is it right here, like the epicenter right here. I'm like, you do well here, like you can do anywhere.
Yeah.
But she fought hard, and I'm excited for her with the time endorsement now and all the endorsements she's getting. So. Oh, awesome. Are you going to jump on, you think, with one of the campaigns, or?
I'm interested. Yeah, I work at I study at Harvard College, which is in Oneonta, which is still in district. So, if my schedule allows, Delgado's. I've done internships before. I worked in the state assembly with Felix Ortiz.
Oh my
Yep,
goodness.
back in 2017. So yeah.
Oh, great. Well, feel free if you want to follow us on social media, share our posts and everything like that.
All right.
Zane O'Connor, yeah, we're trying to get the momentum out there and run a parallel track. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting
Keep up the
you.
great work.
Thank you.